We'll have to memorize it, so if you want to put a star by it for your test on Friday.
Yep.
Dot product is written as U times V. That's how it's denoted, U times V. And the formula is U1 times V1 plus U2 times V2. That's it. So same thing as X1 times X2 plus Y2 times Y2, pretty much, just like Colby said. So for this dot product, we're going to multiply what two numbers together?
8 times 4.
Good. So 4 times 8, and then add together negative 1 times 3.
Okay.
Very good. So this would be
32.
minus, and that's going to give us, that's it. That's the dot product. Super easy. This one's just written a little bit different, but it's the same thing here if you want to rewrite it. This X value is what here? 5. The Y value is? Good. And this one, the X value is negative 3 and 4. So the dot product will be multiplying what two things together?
Negative 3 and 5.
Plus.
4 and negative 2.
Very good. So that'll be
15.
negative 15 plus negative 8. Nope, because there's only, we're adding these together. So dot product for this one would be, everybody? Negative 23. Thank you. Alright, do 3 and 4 on your own. Mark out number 5 because we did that. You're going to do that, number 3. So find dot product for 3 and 4. Ms. Walker, did I give you these already? Okay, just make sure. Alright, anybody want to share their answer for number 3?
I got negative 2.
Very good. Anybody want to share their answer for number 4?
I got 8.
Very good. Yeah, it's just pretty much X1 times X2 plus Y2 times Y1. Doesn't really matter about the letters. Do I need to go over these by hand? Everybody good? Sweet. Okay. The next thing, skip these properties. We'll talk about these in a second. The next thing you'll be asked to do on your test is find the angle between two vectors. So in this one, I'm showing you two formulas. This is how we're going to check our work. This is actually finding the angles, because see, the angle is by itself. So this is what you use to find the angle. That's for us to check it. Alright, so again, when we say find the angle, this is the formula we're using. And this one will be on the test, but we'll use it so much you'll probably have it memorized. Alright, so we'll set it up as angle equals. Does anybody know what this means, like how to say this? Yes, cosine inverse. And everybody know where that is on their calculator? You just hit second cosine. Okay? Yes.
Is that the same thing as secant?
No.
It's not?
No. The inverse of cosine is not secant. The opposite of cosine is secant. That's when you flip it upside down. So like if you were going to find, let me show you. If you were going to find like secant of 45 degrees, you couldn't do secant cosine 45 degrees. You'd have to do 1 divided by cosine 45 to find secant.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think I
Okay.
get it.
Alright, this right here, U times V, this is the same thing as the what? Dot product, what we just found. This means the dot product. So let's go ahead and find that. The dot product of u times v is going to be 3 times what number?
-2.
Good. 3 times -2 plus what?
5.
5 times
-1. Oh,
1. Good. All right, what does this absolute value thing mean? Maybe it would help if I did this. Magnitude. Good, what we did last chapter. Remember magnitude? That's dealing with what? Distance formula. Very good. Distance formula. But notice that each one has absolute values around them, so you're finding the magnitude of each one separately. So this is how it would look. Square root of, for u, what's the x value?
3.
So it would be 3 squared plus what? Y value? 5 squared. And I'm going to put those in parentheses. And then the magnitude of the second vector, how would I set that up? -2 squared plus. Very good. So dot product on top, magnitude on bottom. Let's go ahead and figure out these numbers. The top, this is what? -6 plus 5, which is what? -1. Alright, on bottom, what's 3 squared?
9.
Plus 25, that would give us what?
34.
Very good, so I'm going to put square root of 34. And then right here, this would be what squared? Or excuse me, what here? 4 plus,
1.
which is?
5.
Good, so square root of 5. Now, you could either multiply these together, or do y'all want to just type this in your calculator the way you see it? Alright, then let's follow along. Yep, I'll show you exactly how to type it in. First, we'll type second what? Cosine. And now, I know it already has a parentheses, do another one. -1. Close that parentheses. So you're putting -1 in parentheses. Another parentheses. Square root of 34 times square root of 5. Oops.
Square root of 5?
5. Close parentheses. Close parentheses. And this is what you should get. Now tell me if your calculator doesn't say this so I can come help you. It's talking about degrees, so let's round to the nearest degree. So 94. Did it give you something different?
No, you said something.
Do I need to retype it in?
I guess you said like multiply.
Oh yeah, right here.
No, after the -1, I never said divide.
Gotcha. You had 2 square roots right here. So when you're going to use the reverse sign, your right side, you'll have to type in square root of 34 and then hit this button. Times square root of 5. Yeah, you'll have to put another one, but this one you just forgot to exit out of it before you type in the other one. Does that make sense? Okay. Anybody else having trouble?
That's all right.
Yep.
You want to put it on
Degree. This would just be 94 degrees. Yeah, hers is doing the same thing.
See how this first R is carrying over here, the second going to stop that first R.
It's okay if you're a little off, but I'm trying to figure out why.
Okay, so yours would round to 94 degrees, and mine round to 97.
Yeah, no.
Square root.
Hold on 1 second. I'm trying to figure it out.
Then it close parentheses.
Oh, wait. That's weird.
You have to close your parentheses around this 34 right here. The second cosine. And then 81 divided by 3 square root of 34, you have to close this. And then times 35. Close. Yes. Anybody else need help? Here's okay. You have the weird one, don't you? Oh man. Oh, Victor does too. You might be able to get the right name. Oh, how do you get to the? How do you change this to the degree? What's our new degree? How do I do that? I just need to get my calculator. Where's it at? And I'll be right back. Okay.
I don't know.
All right.
You might want to put it right here.
So the angle that's between these two vectors it would be 94 degrees. Any questions about that one? Let's try one more together. Flip it. All right, let's see if we can remember the formula without looking. Finding the angle. We know it starts off with what? Cosine inverse. We find the what on top. Good. So tell me how to set that up. Plus. Very good. What do we find on bottom? The magnitude of each one. So square root of -1 squared plus what?
3 squared.
Very good. And times what else? Plus 1 squared. Good. So y'all have the formula. Like I said, it's not that hard to remember. Alright, for the dot product on top, it's going to be -2 plus -3. That's going to be what?
I'm -5.
Good. Alright, square root of, what's 1 squared?
9.
Plus 3 squared?
9.
So square root of 10 times square root of,
4 plus 1.
which is?
5.
Good. And how about this? Since we were having calculator trouble, let's go ahead and simplify this bottom. Square root of 10 times square root of 5 will be square root of what? 50. Good. Type this in your calculator. Maybe that'll help with the cut down on the roots.
What do you multiply?
So cosine inverse of -5 over square root of 50. Go ahead and try it.
We should do that next time. I was gonna say thing we just did. Wait.
Maybe let's do that instead.
Can I use this instead? Subtraction. Well, I try. Well, I'm trying to figure out what I'm saying. What?
In parentheses.
Right, right.
Let me see what you're typing in.
Wait, you know the square root of
Remove
Parentheses.
square root.
Square root of.
Did I put in parentheses too?
Yeah. This one's there. I'm gonna check this one, but if this one's there, it's not that.
I was probably get 135.
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
I have a question.
Yes.
This one.
How come like right here we can multiply this together and get for 50 on the other one we couldn't?
You could.
Oh, we could?
Yeah.
Okay. Alright. I'll just make sure.
Alright, what'd y'all get in your calculator? Very good. Is there anybody who's still struggling with the calculator? Alright. I'm going to help you set up the next one, then I want you to finish it on your own. Okay, so it's going to be cosine inverse. Tell me what would go on top.
-1
Times
3.
plus.
4 times -2.
Very good. And on bottom, square root of
3 squared
plus.
2 squared
Very good. And then times square root of
Negative 1 squared. Well, 1 squared, same thing.
plus 4 squared. Go ahead and find this one on your own.
Can I do the same as that way?
Yep.
I used to fraction.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, this is good. And when you're doing these, you know you should never get a negative angle. You should never get an angle that's like 1 degree. You know that's probably too small.
We keep 5 at the bottom. It's weird.
Yeah.
Wait, what the? Wait, what do you do?
What?
I'm supposed to have negative 1.
For this one?
I'm supposed to have negative 11 square root of 65.
Yeah, around that. And then there's
How much is that in?
Yeah, so type in one.
I still have a problem.
Let me see how you type it in.
So I got hand like this part wrong. Let me see one thing. Because this is 3 squared plus 2 squared, so that's 9 plus 4. That's what?
13.
And then 2 squared plus 1 squared, 5, right? Oh, this number's wrong. Nope, hold on. That's good. This is supposed to be 4 squared right here, not 2 squared. So this should be not a 5 right here. Perfect.
Same question again. Like, I felt like all that one, never mind.
Okay.
My bad.
What did y'all get for this one? Do I need to go over it? Yes? Okay. On top, this would be negative 3 plus negative 8. That's going to give us what? Negative what now? Good. We'd have square root of 3 squared, which is 9, plus 4, that's 13. Square root of 16 plus 1, that's 17. What's 13 times 17?
221.
Good. So that's what you would plug in to your calculator with that. Is everybody good? Let's see how much time we got left. Alright, go ahead and do 9 on your own. Set it up. And if you want to check it, just let me know.
25 per square. Why did these go? Oh, no, they just.
Okay. Probably not more. Probably not more.
Oh, I can't. They give me down right now, most of my headaches because of falling in the size. I don't know what it's about. We have PWS.
Oh, what?
PWS.
Oh.
I think that way.
All around.
What'd everybody get?
100.
100. Good. Go ahead and finish. Make sure you can get it. We will finish the rest of these notes tomorrow. We're still going to have a test on Friday.
Anybody need an extra study guide, by the way, for this test? Yes, it is. Here you go. Remember, study guides are due Friday if you want some extra credit.